All right, welcome back for another recap video. Today we had a little bit of action on PRZO and HUBC. PRZO was an interesting one. It was definitely quite choppy out there on PRZO. I didn't really capitalize on it. I'm actually finishing up pretty much break even on the day. I've just been having a lot of trouble finding good quality setups and having a conviction to take big size. And it's just been really a huge struggle the past couple of weeks, just finding a good quality setup. It's just been very rare. Look how just choppy this stock is. Just very, very choppy, whippy. Definitely a tough one to trade. We did had some sort of, whatever this looks like, some sort of front side choppy ass move, but there was some opportunity on the open. We had, if you're able to trade the range there off the dips, selling on the pops. We did have a curl red to green, decent move, squeezing through the high. I was able to get some small green on that. And that was pretty much it for the day. I mean, I didn't really trade much after that. We had a flush and then curl back up, and then a giant squeeze here in one candle, then fading back down. Real crazy stuff. HUBC is another one that was moving a penny stock, very small, low price stock. So not really my thing either. Just trading something that's sub 50 cents. You just have to take so much size to be able to compensate for the low price, and it kind of can eat away at your profit a little bit with the just the reg fees. So didn't really trade much of HUBC, and that was pretty much it. You had ACXP. This one I'm looking at. That's a low volume grinder. Not really much lately. Not really much. The overall market's kind of still hanging around these lows, sort of curling up and making a reversal off the low there. We'll see if it does curl back up, and if it does a little bit of a higher low here and curls back up to the highs, that would be very surprising. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if that is the low, and see if it curls up from there. Today, on the day, not much. My risk level is very low recently. My average position size, my average position cost is just very, very low. Average win, average loss, not very, it's average. It's okay. It's a little bit more so 1-to-1. I usually like to have close to 2-to-1. My accuracy is 50-50. And again, that's not really all the best. My profit margin's pretty low today, and which is another reason why definitely more of a risk off type of day for me. I usually don't feel that conviction until I sort of have that 50% profit margin around, and that's when I can really be a little bit more confident in my size. But yeah, it's just been really, really choppy, tough market. Just the first week of October has just been really tough. Mostly small green, kind of just going sideways right now until something starts to change. Hopefully, we get some movements tomorrow or at some point this week. But I don't know. I mean, we could be in for a long ride until the market starts to heat up again. And you got to be willing to manage your risk and manage the cold weather that we're getting right now in the market. Overall, I recently just hit. Let's look at my overall stats since I begun trading. Right now we're just treading water, but overall I'm up 30K on my account, which is very good. I just passed 30K in profits, and definitely seeing some improvements. It took me about 2 years to make my first 10K. Then it took me about a year to make my second 10K. And then it took me about, I think, 6 or 7 months to make my third 10K. So, as time goes on, I can see my improvements getting a little bit better over time in my overall P&L. So we had a nice huge rally. This was in after 2020, so about 2021 to 2022, huge rally in the portfolio to level off. Then at the end of 2022 and early 2023, we had a cold stretch here, kind of just going sideways. And then we had a little bit of a rally in 2023. We had some momentum early in the year, about mid-year, say between like March and July, or March and August this year. We had some momentum, was able to capitalize on and make some solid gains. And now we're starting to level off. I feel like we're starting to level off again. We might go through another cold stretch for another month or two. Who knows? We don't know how long this will last. But it's important to be able to protect your account in periods of slow markets, so you're not getting back the profits that you worked so hard on when the market was hot. But yeah, the first 10K, I say I started this portfolio in 2020. So about the first 10K was about 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years. My first 10K, and then 2023 would be my second 10K would be there. So that would be about another year, maybe 10 months or a year. And then from week 16, 2023, what's week 16? Maybe that is March or April of this year up until October. So yeah, about 6 months or so, 6 or 7 months to make my third 10K. So, definitely getting progressively shorter to making that same amount of money. Definitely showing my improvements. Overall, though, my profits, I guess, hasn't really improved in some areas, I guess, a monthly basis. I still haven't had my best month since 2022, but definitely the momentum was just a lot hotter in 2022 than it is in 2023. And then on the year, I'm catching up here right around, I'm looking to be on track for right around how I performed last year. Maybe, a little bit better. I guess in dollar amount, but again, I can't compare it from dollar to dollar because each market's different. From one year to the next, the market's going to be completely different. And if the market's real hot, you can make a whole lot more money than the market is cold another year. And it's definitely colder this year than it was last year. And to be able to come out, with just as much profit as I did last year would definitely be a huge accomplishment, especially because I'm working with a whole lot less. The setups are a lot, not as reliable. The market's choppier. There's less volume in the market. So there's a whole lot of other variables that I'm working with this year than I did last year. Last year, the market was a lot more forgiving for sure. So yeah. If I can come out, just as how I did last year, I'd be super proud of myself for that. And it definitely would show that, it just wasn't a fluke that I did have that decent year, or that first profitable year. Because last year was like really my first profitable year. Before that, I was barely profitable. I actually was overall red because I had a couple of other accounts in Robinhood or a couple other Thinkorswim accounts or TD accounts that I was red in, so I didn't really turn green until last year. And I had a pretty nice year for that first profitable year. But yeah, it's just about long-term growth. 1% better every day, every week, every month, every year. That can compound and compound and compound, and then before you know it, an overnight success. 5 or 10 years later, you could be 6 figures or 7 figures in your account, and that is the ultimate glory. That's the ultimate goal that every true trader strives for, is that 6-figure or 7-figure in profit. And I'm definitely making some good strides towards it, about 30% there. And now that I'm got my strategy, I'm really dialing in on my strategy. The scaling is the next element that I need to perfect. I need to perfect and grow my confidence to take bigger share size, but also I have to do it at the right moment. I can't be irresponsible with it and sizing up in markets where there's just nothing there's just nothing A plus. So just got to wait for that right moment, that right market, and then push it from there. And I know a lot of people who are kind of in my shoes here that are struggling with sizing up, and it's definitely so much harder than it needs to be. It feels so much harder than it needs to be. But we just get stuck in our heads, and that's something that I'm working on for sure. But with practice and with time and with the market turning around, when it does turn around, I'll always have that another shot. That next shot will always be there, as long as I don't blow up my account. Tomorrow the market, like some traders like to say, tomorrow the market will be there for you. Next month the market will be there for you. Next year, in 5 years, in 10 years, the market will be there for you. So there's no rush. Take it slow. Manage your risk, especially in these periods where it's really cold. Don't put too much pressure on making a certain amount of money, because the opportunities are slim and very, very hard to hold on your money and keep your money in this market. So thanks for tuning into this recap video. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, check out the links in the description, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.